It's the start of the 2017 season as our G-men from Grambling State University travel to Tampa to take on the number 17 ranked Bulls of USF. And as you can see, this should be a tough opening game for the Tigers. First quarter action, Quentin Flowers drops back and tries to step up in the pocket, but is taken down by number 44, Brandon Varner. Next play, Flowers would get it right back, hitting Salomon on the sideline. He sheds a tackle and is pushed out after a 31-yard gain. Later in the drive, Flowers takes a QB dive up the middle, runs over a Tiger and gets into the end zone. Bulls up 7-0. Grambling takes over. Martez Carter takes the handoff and goes up the middle for 6. Then Devontae Kincaid goes option right and picks up 9 and the first. Later in the drive, Kincaid drops back. Nobody is open, so he scrambles left. Has a lot of green in front of him. He tries to get into the end zone, but fumbles. The ball goes out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Tez Carter would finish the drive with this 2-yard TD run. We are knotted at 7. Next Tigers possession, Carter takes the handoff, and check out the cut. He's finally tackled after a 12-yard gain. Then Kincaid keeps the option right, gets a block, and picks up 15, first down Tigers. Later, Kincaid drops back. He scrambles to his right. He sets his feet and hits Carter on the sideline, who takes the big hit but holds on for a 15-yard gain. Then Kincaid hits Davis on the drag route. He turns it upfield, cuts it back inside for a 20-yard gain. The DK1 would take the option right, fight his way into the end zone from 7 yards out. GSU up a touchdown. End of the first Bulls drive, and Flowers goes option right. Pitches it to Johnson, and he gains 7. Then Flowers would go beast mode. He keeps the option, runs over Meander, bowls over Cherry, and walks into the end zone. We're tied up at 14. But here come the Tigers. Kincaid goes play action and tries to force a pass to Salmon, but is picked off by Abraham. And he takes the ball back into Grambling territory. It would lead to a USF field goal. Grambling goes back to the air. Kincaid connects with Clark on the outside for 11. Then Kincaid and Clark would link up one more time, this time for a gain of 16 in the first. Then Tez takes the sweep right, cuts it back inside, and gains 12. The drive was stalled. Orozco comes on to kick the field goal, and it falls just short. No good. Bulls look to extend the lead, but Flowers is sacked by big Christopher Johnson on a 4-yard loss. And the D-line continues to put the pressure on. Bulls try to set up a screen, but here comes Allen Clark blowing the play up for an 11-yard loss. Grambling takes over. Kincaid drops back. He scrambles to his right, has a ton of space, and is tackled after a 21-yard pickup. Drive stalls again. Orozco comes on to kick, and this time he sneaks it in to tie up the game at 17. The Grambling defensive line keeps causing havoc for USF. Flowers is sacked for the 3rd time, and it's Brandon Varner again. USF goes 3 and out, and the Tigers come back out to the air, but Kincaid is picked off by Sawtell. He sheds a tackle and has returned it back to the 7-yard line. And Johnson would capitalize on the turnover, taking it in from 6 yards out. Bulls up a touchdown. Tigers look to answer before the half. Kincaid drops back and throws an absolute dart to Clark for 16. Then Kincaid goes back to the air, scrambles out right, and finds Jackson wide open behind the defense for a gain of 26. And DK1 would get his 2nd rushing touchdown on the day. We are all knotted up at 24. USF would tack on a field goal. Bulls go up at the half, 27-24. Start of the 3rd, DK1 drops back and throws a laser to Salmon for a gain of 10. The passing game is looking good. Kincaid throws an absolute dime to Salmon across the middle for 16. Drive stalls again, and Orozco is on it, but he misses slight right. Bulls look to extend the lead. Flowers scrambles right, sheds a tackle, and picks up 19. Then Flowers tries to scramble out again, but is hit and fumbles. Hill is there to jump on it. G-men take over. Kincaid comes out throwing. He hits Clark on the outside. He spams the circle button and picks up 27. A few plays later, Kincaid keeps the option right, gets a downfield block, and is tripped up after a 15-yard gain. Tigers will get back in the end zone. Kincaid hits Pate on the slant route. Grambling takes the lead. Check out this play by USF. Flowers drops back, and check out the dive and catch by Barr. Great pitch and catch for 22. Then Flowers goes back to the ground, keeps the option left, gets a great block downfield, and is in Tiger territory. A few plays later, Johnson takes the handoff up the gut and weaves his way for 15. Tice would give the Bulls the lead right back with this run up the middle, 34-31 USF. Grambling looks to answer. Kincaid drops back and hits Clark on the outside for 12. A few plays later, Flowers takes the handoff up the middle, follows his blockers, and gains 14. Then DK1 goes option right, turns on the Jets and picks up 13. But the turnover bug strikes again. Kincaid throws his third interception on the day. This time Thompson jumps the route at the goal line and brings it back out to the 20. But the G-men force the punt. Tigers come out running. Flowers goes up the middle, follows his blocks, and it springs him for a huge gain. Later their drive, Kincaid drops back. He tries to lob it to the outside for Clark, but it's picked off by Wilkins. Interception number 4 on the day. Bad decision by the senior QB, but the Tigers defense holds on. Grambling has one last shot. Kincaid drops back, and he scrambles out to his right and lobs it up to Pate for a gain of 20. Then Kincaid shows off that cannon, throwing a dart to route across the middle for a 33-yard gain. Scary moment for all Grambling fans. Kincaid is hit hard and driven into the ground. He's able to walk off the field, but he's favoring that right shoulder. He's going to miss the rest of the game. Big third down for the Tigers. The backup Hickbottom drops back and connects with Pate for 6. 4th and 1, Grambling. Hickbottom rushes to the line. He drops back, throws it across the middle to Pate, and he drops it. The ball hit him in the hands, and he dropped it. USF goes on to win 34-31. What a game. Devontae Kincaid finished 25 of 45 for 299 yards. He had 1 passing touchdown, but 4 interceptions. On the ground, he carried the pill 14 times for 156 yards and 2 scores. Martez Carter was hurt in the second half, but carried 13 times for 66 yards and 1 touchdown. Flowers chipped in with 83 yards on the ground. Kincaid did a great job spreading the ball around, but his favorite target was Darrell Clark. He caught 7 balls for 93 yards. On defense, Montrell Meander led the way with 8 tackles, but the player of the game has to go to Brandon Varner with his 4 sacks. Tough loss for the Tigers, but they look to bounce back against the 1-0 Baylor Bears. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're brand new. And we'll talk in the next Tigers Den podcast. Have a great day, guys. 2 fingers in the air.